This is the Fargo Five. We are here with Jared. Jared, I know you for a long time.
You have.
I've read your name many times. I've heard you say it many times. I don't know if I've ever actually said your last name. Grondahl?
Yeah, sure. Close.
Am I? Well, no. How are we?
Grondahl.
Grondahl.
Yeah.
Grondahl. If you want to get right on top of that mic. So we are here. You know, this is the show about the city of Frost and Fire, Fargo, North Dakota, right? That's the main character of this show. And then we have supporting actors come on. You are certainly Fargo famous. That's this segment because you are in everything. I see you everywhere. I get around, and everywhere I go, I can't help it. There you are.
I'm a very good extroverted introvert.
Yes. Well, what are all the different places that you say you're an introvert? But gosh, so you attend my networking stuff. So I do business and beers. That's every Tuesday at 4:30. I can always count on you to be there. You do Small Business Connect with me on Friday mornings. I can always count on you to be there. What other networking things are you doing every week?
Well, every week, other than that, it's mainly Wednesday mornings. I'm also getting coffee and having a good time, and then just any.
Well, and that's where we met, isn't it? Yes, but the networking with Fire, which turned more into friends having coffee, which was great.
It's a great break.
But it became a challenge for me to get down there for coffee every Wednesday. But that's where we met. You guys are still doing that coffee every Wednesday.
Correct. It's usually just a couple of us, so it's more or less weekly one-on-ones, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, with Nick Stokey, previous guest of the show, right? And so it's mostly just you and him.
Yeah.
Megan isn't showing up as much.
No, but everybody else is
and Christy,
busy with other stuff.
Christy left the state.
No, just the city.
Oh, okay. She's on to different things. And Sierra, when's the last time you saw her?
I haven't seen her in a while, actually.
Yeah. I've been meaning to reach out. It's hard to stay in touch with everybody. That's what makes networking so great.
And she's always on the run.
Yeah. Sierra sure is. So you actually know a lot of people. What other networking things do you do? Or is it really just those ones?
Those are just the primary ones, and then just the one-offs that happen to come up.
Yeah. Well, YPN, you do YPN stuff, or at least you're always out with the chamber.
Yep, YPN, chamber events, things like that. Just there is one every second Thursday of the month as well, Fargo Moorhead Power Lunch. Yeah. That I do tend to try to get to as well. It's a free meal too. So.
Well, the Power Lunch is how you found Networking with Fire, right? Through our mutual friend Theo.
Correct. That's
right.
Where I met him.
It's a long road from there to here. And is that where did it all start with you? How did you this introvert, as you say, you're an introvert? How did you start doing all this networking? What even got you into that?
I avoided people my whole life, and then I started a business and realized I need to know people.
Yes,
that's the simple way of how I got started.
Absolutely,
but I started looking into what events were going on.
How did you make that realization though? So you hung out the shingle, and then you were like, nobody knows who I am or what I'm doing, or how did that? What was that realization like?
Well, that was exactly it.
Yeah,
you start a business, you have to know people, and nobody's going to do business if they haven't heard of you.
Sure,
for the most part, or if you don't ever talk to anyone. So. It was an immediate realization of I need to actually, network. I need to meet with people and confuse myself with me being an IT person. I think networks. I think of hardware and all those other fun things. So that still throws me off. But.
What inspired you? I think a lot of people want to be a business owner. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people say to themselves, oh, I'm tired of my bosses, or I could make the decisions. I could be the big guy better. I could do everything myself, and then I'd be the one rolling in the dough. A lot of people want to start a business. Not everybody has the impetus or the strength of will to move forward on it. What was it like for you making the decision to be a business owner and start down that path?
For me, it was a long time of wanting to be one, just not having a clue what to do or how to start one, or thinking you have to do all these things before you even get the chance to start a business. I didn't realize how easy it was to technically start a business.
Sure.
But
and so I really want to like micro focus on the actual starting, like the grand, like when you said to yourself, okay, this is a business now. We are open for business. What was it like the day before that? Like what was happening, and then what was it that you feel in your mind kicked it off to say we are now a real, official, actual, factual business? How did that go?
Well, it was primarily COVID ending because I started trying to build the business right before COVID hit.
Yeah,
and then I couldn't network because nothing was going on. So turned into right after COVID. Then I turned into okay, events are starting. I'm starting my business here, and let's start finding some places that want some IT support and cybersecurity.
And was that before or after you tried selling cars?
That was after. I actually moved to Fargo to sell cars. I call it my midlife crisis in my late 20s.
Well, I mean,
To do something different.
For an introvert, you sure are doing quite a lot of extroverted things. What was car sales like for somebody as so introverted as yourself?
Well, to be honest, I left very quickly, so that's kind of a good hint. But it was good because, I mean, it's not as bad. You know, talking with someone one-on-one's really easy.
Yeah.
Compared to a group scenario, I may sit there and you'll never hear me say a peep the entire time. So,
Well, I don't know that that's true. You're an
I'll
all
make stupid jokes just to entertain myself. But
you're an absolute card. Yeah, you're the life of the party.
but selling cars, it was just very simple. I was meeting people one-on-one at the dealerships basically, and was able to sit down and get to know them.
Getting to know them, building those relationships, and then working on something based on mutual trust. That's what sales is all about. That's what networking is all about, and that's what owning a business is all about, isn't it?
It is.
And so we are going to be talking about. So your business is a cybersecurity business,
Correct.
and now you've been doing that how many years now? So just after COVID. So it's been what, 3-4 years?
For the business, yep, probably about 3 years roughly.
Why cybersecurity? Why?
I'm an IT person, and I fully admit I'm not good at many things. So I focus on what I am good at.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just one of those passions that I have, and one of those things where I know we have a lot of small businesses in the area, and they don't have cybersecurity to have themselves protected.
What was your first? So I mean, cybersecurity. That feels like a very broad category. What would you say was your very first experience in your entire life? I mean, how old are you? You're
38.
You're 38. Yeah, you and I are about the same age. So we were playing with the old Macs and IBMs way back, Oregon Trail, all that. You
Apple
know,
IIe.
all the way up to now we've got our iMacs and our iPhones and Androids and all that stuff. When was your first like cybersecurity experience in life? Like, do you have something that was the first thing, or maybe the first accomplishment where you're like, this is the start? Like, what is the seed of that?
I mean, I could easily say the seed was back. I did internet tech support for about 8 years.
Okay.
So one of the things that I can't say when it was, but I did have one where I was able to discover that their email account had been hacked and someone's been sitting in it.
Oh.
And
you got on that.
It.
You got onto that before they did.
Yep. So I was able to kind of catch that and be like, this isn't right. You need to change your password right now.
That's cool. That's cool. And ever since then, you kind of had a love for cybersecurity.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. It's a lot more fun and more filling for me anyways, and knowing that you're preventing bad things from happening rather than waiting until something happens and then you're in a panic and a rush, and I don't like to panic.
Yeah. Well, so you are the cybersecurity expert, and you give talks on that every week. That's what we're going to talk about in our next segment, the Fargo Fun segment. But first, we're going to go another obsession of yours that maybe we'll get into more, dinosaurs, right? Your business, IntrepItek, has Intrepitoric Rest. We're going to listen to in parentheses, not was, Walk the Dinosaur.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Yeah. So we're going to listen to that. Have any comments on that song?
Just that, honestly, I forgot about for about the past 15 years.
Really?
I was thinking
Even
about
though you're so dinosaur, you're such a dinosaur guy.
I was trying to think of dinosaur songs, and then all of a sudden that hit my head from going to the skating rinks all the time. As a little kid, they played it all the time. So
do they?
I haven't heard that forever, and we're choosing that.
I don't know why skating rink equals dinosaur, but okay.
I don't know. The song seems to fit well for it.
It doesn't fit with walking either, because it's not a walking rink.
Yeah, you can kind of walk.
Okay. Well, we're going to listen to Walk the Dinosaur, and when we come back, Fargo Fun, so don't go nowhere.